In the previous tutorial, we saw how to work with Dockerfile, and now we'll see how to work with Docker Swarm. So to work with Docker Swarm, we need another server. So let's click this one and create or launch more like this. Before we launch it, let's change the name. I'll do Docker 2, and let's review and launch. Of course, we've been using this server, Docker 1, and we installed Docker in here. To use Docker Swarm, you have to install Docker. So we'll connect to the new server and install Docker first, enable it, then we can use Docker Swarm. Let's connect. Type yes. And we're connected. Now let's install first Docker. So let's do sudo su first, and yum install docker -y. Come on. We're installing Docker now. We have Docker installed, so let's do systemctl and enable Docker, and let's start the service. And we're set. Now let's do Docker Swarm init to initialize the swarm. As soon as we type the command, we will get the Docker Swarm join command in here. We will use it to join. The Docker Swarm join has a token, and we have the token in the host and the port. Make sure to open the port 2377. So let's copy this and paste it here to join the swarm. It says this node joined a swarm as a worker. Now if we do the command docker node ls, we see that we have two machines in here, or two nodes. The first one is a leader, it has a manager status, and the second one doesn't have a manager status. We can promote the node. Of course, if we do docker node ls, we can type the command in here because it's not a manager, but let's promote it first. The command for that will be docker node promote, and then the host name of the second machine. It has promoted to a manager. Now if we do docker ls, let's not do it in here, let's do it docker node ls. We can type the command in here, and we see that this one has a manager status and it's reachable. It's not a leader. The first one, the one that initialized the Docker Swarm, is the leader. The second one is reachable. And now we can demote the second one, but I won't do that. The Docker, we can create a service, so let's do that up here. The command for that will be docker service and create. Let's create Albine, and let's ping. So we created a service, and to show you that this one is connected to the swarm, we can check the service from here. So To do that, the command will be docker service ls. Sorry, my bad. Ls. And as we can see here now, we have a service, the Albine, and it has a name, and it has only one replicas. To see what's inside the service, we can type the command docker service ps, and we can get the service name or the service ID. Let's get the ID. And here's more information about the service it's running. So let's update the service. Let's do it from here and check it from the manager or the leader. So let's do the command docker service and update the service ID. We have the service ID in here, and hyphen hyphen replicas. Let's create 3 replicas. Now we updated the service. It has 2 more replicas now. We can check that from the top, from the leader. So let's do docker service ls. We can see that it has 3 replicas, and if we do docker service ps and the service name or the ID, let's use the name, we see that we have three services running at the same time. This is how to work with Docker Swarm. This is it for this tutorial. See you in the next one.